Now, just about the third or fourth house before the end on the right-hand side, if you would stop a minute for a moment of silence.
Palmer.
It looks pretty good, Sarah.
Yeah.
It isn't run down, is it?
No.
It's pretty residential, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they had like big,
Now, it's a little house.
big cement block or brick houses, and then they just paint the brick.
It's a little wood frame house, Sarah. Old-fashioned house. Are you about 3 or 4 houses from the end?
I think Palmer keeps continuing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got a stop sign in the middle of it here, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, so it might be up here.
You know, Freihofer used to come around in a truck
Oh, yeah?
and deliver door to door.
Is it on the left or right?
It's on this side.
Okay, I'll pull.
There's a brick house.
So, looks like it's got to
Now,
be one
now
of
you
these.
should be coming out on Balltown Road the other way. Turn,
Balltown's to the right of us.
yeah,
Yeah, so these are the last couple of houses.
yep.
Yeah, there's 1208 and then 1210.
Oh,
You
thank you, Greg.
Yeah, you don't think the numbers have changed, do you?
I think you've done it, honey.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's, I don't know what number that is. That's the one at the end of the street.
Yep. And this is where the boy said I wouldn't watch that stupid show.
Oh, really?
Now we're coming up to Balltown, right?
Yep,
And we turn left.
yep.
Oh, gee, this is fun. Has Balltown Road changed a lot? It was mostly field.
Not really. There's a high school there, Niskuna High School.
Are we on Balltown now?
Coming up to it right here.
Okay. And what street is this? Union? No.
This is Story Ave.
What is it?
Story Ave?
Story Ave.
It's a Story Avenue, I guess. Yeah, there's a big hill here with a big water tower on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a hill road here. So.
Balltown, 1400's that way.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that tree. What a nice tree. Now, Gregory's name is Gregory Charles Washburn. And what's your middle name, Sarah?
Kimberly.
Oh, how pretty.
Thank you.
And then how do you spell your last name?
Kasparian. It's K-A-S-P-A-R-I-A-N.
And that's your family name?
Nope, that's my husband's name. My
Oh.
family name is Helm.
H-E-L-M?
Mm-hmm.
And this is Route 146, isn't it? No, that's out there.
Yeah. My
Does
goodness.
Balltown Road have a route number?
I don't know. My goodness, this is tricky. There's lots of traffic on Balltown Road, that's for
Oh,
sure.
it's- oh, yeah.
It is awful.
Oh, yes. Well, anyway, my mother was a big customer of Freihofer, door to door.
Yeah?
Yeah, and so she'd given the Freihofer man a great big order, and he went out the door as happy as can be, and he grabbed the door knob to close the door, and the doorknob came off.
Oh my goodness.
And he walked away with it in his hand.
Ah.
And what property is this, Sarah, right here?
I'm not sure.
What is the water?
That's just, it's the water tower, yeah.
It says Niskayuna.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big hill. Maybe there's a water tank or something up there or something.
Looks like a park.
It's got a big fence around
Yeah, clearly they don't want anyone getting in there.
it. Well,
that's
it's
for sure.
maybe it's a ball field or something. Maybe, I don't know. Up there. A lot of antennas. Oh, Glendora, you have to, you have to just aim the camera down a little bit because it's pointed up at the sky.
Like that?
Yeah, like that's better. Yeah,
Thank you. Are you doing better camera work than I am, I hope?
Well, I'm doing okay, but here's CBS.
Wait, I gotta see Balltown Road. Could you hold it still?
So here, I'll come up a little so you can see up here.
Now these trees were not here, baby. These trees were not here. Are we in the driveway of Balltown Road?
Mm-hmm.
It used to be closer to the building. Okay.
This is it.
Sarah, one day Governor Harriman was going to be on the Ernie Tatro show,
Mm-hmm.
and he drove up in his limousine with his chauffeur to the front door, and he got out, and then a second car drove up behind him, and it was Governor Harriman's dog.
Oh, wow.
And this is your parking lot.
Yep.
And is this WRGB back here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
This
Sarah,
whole
isn't that
building.
new? Isn't that new, honey?
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't used to be that way, did it?
Not that I know.
It didn't go that far back, did it?
I don't think so.
Where's the entrance to the back entrance of the building?
Here's the back entrance.
Yes, right there. Yep. This was all field.
Oh, really?
Oh, this was all field, yeah. Who owns that? Do you know?
I don't know.
When you're under construction.
Yeah.
So Sarah, the station here is 24/7, right?
Yep.
It's going all the time.
Now, Sarah, would you stop at the end of the driveway, hon?
Sure.
That's where the talent office was, right there.
Mm-hmm. That's where it still is. That's where our talent gets ready and everything.
Now, stop at the end, would you?
Mhm.
Tell me what's over here.
So this is the.
What's over here?
So this is just all fields. That's Balltown Road.
That's all field?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a White House there?
Nope. No White House.
Okay, well, that was a house where we lived.
Oh.
And we just walked to work. that
Oh,
way.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is that? No, that's not White, is it?
Well, maybe not now. It's better
Yeah,
than
it might. Yeah. It might be one of those houses, though.
Could you go right here, dear, and then down the next left?
Yeah, I have to go back around, though.
Oh, okay. Is this a building?
Uh-huh. That's CBS right here.
That's what?
CBS. That's WRGB.
Oh. It used to be green, Sarah. The color of money.
Well, we know what they're throwing out there. Oh, you're doing a lot of renovation, I guess. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I see. That's something.
Now, where are we now? On Balltown Road?
Yeah.
Can you take the first left, huh?
Yep. That's one of my colleagues.
Oh, no, now we're going, you want to go that way, okay.
No, this is Balltown. Yeah, this is Balltown Road.
Now we're going to your sister's, right?
So where do you guys need to go?
To Nassau.
Okay, how are you getting there?
I was thinking, could we go to Route 5 to Albany? Could we
Okay.
go over the Dunn Memorial Bridge? In other words, you just follow Route 9 and 20.
Okay.
And then could we go to Nassau?
How far is that?
From Albany, it's only like 20 miles.
Okay. Because I have to be at my sister's by like 6:30 because we have plans. I didn't know you needed to go to Nassau.
Oh yeah, that was the point of the whole thing.
Oh my God. So, well, I need to take you there then because or tell my sister I'm going to be late.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, can you give me do you have the address?
Where
of
you're
where
going?
I need to take, where I need to take
okay,
you.
you're going to 45 Elm Street,
Okay.
Nassau Village, 12123.
45 Elm Street. So it's 45 Elm Street, and then what was the rest?
12123. Nassau, New York, 12123.
Okay.
Yeah, we took the bus this morning.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just gotta give her.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. So, is it okay if I take you there now, though? Because I don't have a lot of time.
Is it okay what?
If I take you there now?
Yeah.
Okay, because I have to get... Sorry, I didn't know
Sure, yeah. No,
it was that far.
Oh, I should have
I just
told you
didn't know
about it.
how far it was.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay.
Well, that's not bad. We're...
we're going this
Okay, we're fine.
Where are we now?
That's only 39 minutes. So we're still Schenectady. This is still Balltown Road. And then we're going to hop on the crosstown.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Oh, this is 7 there? 7.
Yep, this is Route 7.
Yeah, I've been on 7.
Yeah.
Oh, this is famous Route 7 that goes to the Canadian border.
What was the place that you wanted to see in Albany?
Nothing. Oh, nothing,
The-
honey. I
are
just
you sh-
wanted to go over the Dunn Memorial Bridge, but you're going to go the speedy way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's
so,
the bridge? I'm trying to think of what bridge you're...
Well, you know where the state capitol is?
Yes.
You go down toward the river, okay?
Okay.
And the Dunn Memorial Bridge goes across the river into Rensselaer on the Route
Okay.
9 and 20, and that
Yeah.
goes into Nassau.
Oh, okay.
No,
That
but
might take us there, though.
What?
The way I'm going might take us over that bridge.
I think they'll give you the throughway, baby.
Will it? Okay.
So, Sarah, where were you born?
I was born in Scotia. I was born in Schenectady, and I grew up in Scotia.
Uh-huh.
And then I lived in where I went to school at SUNY Cortland.
0.1 mile.
And then I went to, I lived and worked in Boston for 5 years.
Now, wait a second. Say that again. You went to school in Schenectady?
I went to school
Scotia.
at Cortland. Yep, I went to school
And then
in
you went to
Scotia.
Cortland
Yeah.
University?
SUNY Cortland, yep, I went there.
Right.
And then I lived and worked in Boston.
And from Cortland, what did you major in Cortland?
Sport management.
What?
Sports management.
Where-
Sports. You know sports like baseball, softball, football, sports?
Oh, sports
Yes,
management?
sport management. So it's the business side basically.
And with what in mind?
To do operations, event management. I liked it all. So just anything related to sports. I really liked that. So with the business side of things.
And you got interested in sports in college?
Yep, I played softball and field hockey.
Did you get a sports scholarship?
No, I didn't. Nope, I actually had to stop playing my freshman year of school because I did too much partying. And my grades slipped, so I had to stop.
Why did you have to stop?
Because I wanted to party more than I wanted to. I wanted to experience the college life, and it was really hard to do that playing sports. So,
Uh-huh.
and doing well in school.
Uh-huh. And so, what job did you find in Boston when you were last year at Cortland?
I worked for the Bruins and the Red Sox, selling advertising for them. And then I made my way back home.
How did you do that?
All she wrote. I really liked Boston. I miss Boston, but
Well,
my
it
family's
is
all
great,
here.
yeah.
My family's all here. So
No, your family was in Scotia.
yeah, but they moved now to Sacandaga Lake. My parents are on the lake.
What lake?
Sacandaga. Do you know Sacandaga Lake?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're up that way now.
Oh, that's where the house burned down.
That's where the house burned down. Yep. So my husband and I were staying with them.
Oh, you were staying with them at the time.
Yes.
Where are your folks staying now?
Can't get over it.
They're still on Sacandaga Lake.
Did you know that their house burned down, Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And
so that breaks
she
my
says
heart
it
to
was
hear
struck
that.
by
Yeah.
lightning,
I
right?
just can't get over
It was
it.
struck
It's-
by
it's
lightning?
Like a tragedy.
Yeah, we lost everything, so we really had to start over. My husband and I literally moved our whole entire life in Boston in my parents' house because they have a huge house. So all of our furniture, our belongings, everything got burned with all of their stuff. So
And a kitty and a doggy. Frank.
2 cats and a dog.
Two
yeah.
kitties and a doggy lost their lives.
That's something.
Oh,
That's the hardest part.
Just
Yeah,
by
that's the hardest
like
part.
an act of God, like a struck by lightning.
Yeah,
That's
it's
amazing.
very weird because my mom and I were actually gonna go home that day during the day to check like on our dog too, which is weird, and we decided not to.
Oh, really?
Isn't that weird?
Wow.
And so if you had gone home, would you have been struck by lightning?
I don't know. Possibly. It could have been a lot worse. Yeah. So there's a reason why my mom and I didn't go home that day, right? That's how I have to look at it.
Yeah.
Well, it is, but it would be nice to have rescued the doggy and the kitties.
Yeah, I know. I think we're beating ourselves up over that because we could have said what if we went home and we could have got them, but we don't know what if, the floor collapsed in too. So we don't know if we could have been in there and we could have been in that. So it's scary, but
Yeah, I've often thought of that.
we're still here. So
So,
gotta look at the positives.
so where'd you go after selling the advertising in Boston?
I came back here. I worked at CBS. I got hired.
What year was that?
That was last year, 2017, in December.
Oh, and how long did you work for CBS?
I'm coming up on a year. Only 1 year.
Only 1 year?
Yeah. So I'm still
How
kind of
did you
brand new.
How'd you hear about the job?
I applied for it when I was still at Nesson, and I found it online. Like I set alerts, and it just popped up on my screen, and I applied for it, and then that's how it happens. Yeah.
And your boss is Mr. Croteau?
Yes. Yep.
And he hired you?
Yes, he did. And then I sat right next to Miss Desi O'Keefe, who was a sweetheart.
You remember Desi O'Keefe, Greg?
I miss her.
Yeah, briefly.
Yeah, remember she was our first account executive?
Oh, yeah.
Don't you remember?
Yeah, I did.
We bought the first flight from her.
Uh-huh.
It
She
was,
was a
on
sweetheart.
It was around Memorial Day.
Yeah. She's a good person.
Yeah, I was sorry she left.
Yeah, we miss her terribly. She was one of the best, honestly.
Really? In what way, hon?
Just, she was a very good salesperson. She was very genuine and always had the client's best interest at heart.
Always what?
Had the client's best interest at heart.
Oh,
So she was
oh.
always taking care of her clients.
She was always taking care of her clients.
I think the problem is this job is so hectic and crazy, and it can pull you in a lot of different directions. So it's really hard.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's very stressful. It's a very stressful job.
It is, really?
Yeah. They expect a lot out of us.
They do?
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh,
And we're your best client, right?
You are. You guys are some of my best clients. That is for sure. And I'm not lying about that. I am telling you the truth.
yeah.
Because some of my clients that I have to work with, trust me, you do not.
Oh, yeah.
I had a client tell me the other day that I was unprofessional
Oh,
over something I had no control over.
Oh, right.
Yeah. She was upset because her spots were getting preempted because of
And
this
then she
political.
said you were unprofessional.
Yeah, because political is so crazy right
Yeah,
now.
last week, right?
Well, so they're going.
Confirmation hearings.
Yeah, so everything that's been going on with Kavanaugh and then political, just all this stuff that's happening. A lot of people's spots are being preempted. So I was trying to tell her, what's going on, and she wasn't having it, and she was
And then she got angry at
and
you.
she got very angry at me, and I told her that, this is out of my control.
You took-
world's going crazy.
Yeah, so
You told her what, Sarah?
I told her that unfortunately, before she placed the buy, I was very honest with her, and I told her this is what's going to happen because political keeps coming in. So I told her beforehand that your spots might be preempted because she plays a very low rate. So she's going to be the first client bumped out, and she was. So when I had to break her the bad news, she was not happy with me.
And then she took it out on you.
Yes. Even though I was nice enough to tell her and I let her know, And other stations, I'm sure, were not telling her that her spots were getting preempted, and they were just kind of putting her back in wherever. I was actually saying, let's work together and try to figure out where we can make you good. But she got very angry at me, so.
And is she appeased now?
My manager had to talk to her, so yes, I think she's all set now, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, I'll say that you're professional, so don't let it hurt you, okay?
No, I appreciate that. I didn't take offense to it. She was having a very bad day, and she actually told my manager that, so. Even though she didn't apologize, she said she was having a really bad day, so. I'll chalk it up to that.
Glendora.
Yeah.
Glendora, the studio we just went by on Old Town Road now.
Yeah.
Is that where you did the Satellite 6?
Yeah, both of
Yeah.
them. SS Glendora and Glendora Satellite 6.
Oh, really?
At that time, Greg, it was owned by General Electric, and it was the one of the most prestigious TV stations in the whole United States.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, General Electric, Westinghouse, Philco, and Dumont. They all claim to be the first one to televise commercially. And nobody really can tell to this day who was the first one.
Wow.
General Electric said they were. Westinghouse said they were.
Yeah, I know they must.
But it was probably Dumont.
I'm
Well, of
thinking
course, but you wouldn't even know what it was, Dumont.
I'm thinking somewhere there's like a film or videotape of an old show.
What'd you say, honey?
The like a record, like the.
Oh,
like an
it
old-
was.
like an old-
They were,
like
Greg,
a
they,
kinescope or something.
Yeah.
Greg, they were telecasting as early as the 1930s before the war.
Yeah.
And then the war came along and they had to stop. But in 1938, they sent a signal from Schenectady to the World Fair in Queens.
Wow.
In Queens.
Yeah.
And guess what signal they sent? You can't guess. They sent Felix the cat
Yeah.
because it was black and white, and it was very well outlined,
Huh.
and it made a good television signal. Of course, there
That's
was no
interesting.
color.
Yeah.
And that was as early as 1938, and for the first time, people saw radio with pictures.
Wow.
They had a big plaque up in Proctor's there that said that that's where they sent signal out of.
Ah.
No kidding, did they? Greg, tell me about it.
Well, there was a big bronze plaque on the wall that said mentioned the guy's name that
Oh,
they
darn.
sent the first black and white or color signal.
Oh, really, Greg? Where is the plaque?
No, it's right in Proctor's in the hallway there. I just looked up and I glanced at it by
Oh,
accident.
no way.
I saw it there. So.
You didn't get a photo, honey? A video?
No, I did not. So.
Sarah, will you
I can go back and get it.
Will
Yes.
you, honey? Get
Yes.
me? Will you send it to me on a
I
DVD?
will.
On a DVD?
Yes, I can do that.
But it mentions the man's name and where they.
Well, I think it's Walter R.G. Baker
Could have been.
or Steinmetz.
Where was the plaque, Gregory?
It's in the when you.
Was it downstairs?
Yeah, downstairs when you go in the Proctor's entrance, and then you just walk down there, and they have there's like little pictures of the history and they
And
have
here-
little displays of pictures and all that,
Okay.
and then historical stuff, and
Yeah.
then there was like a big and a big pillar there. It had a big plaque up on the wall that said it. And I glanced at it by accident. I saw it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me see if I can get my hands on that.
This is back when 28 or 36 or something.
Wow.
That's, no, 38, honey.
Whatever it was.
38.
So, Glendora, when were you born?
What?
When were you born? What year?
1928.
1928?
Yeah, that makes 90 years old, doesn't it?
Wow. That's crazy.
And that, Sarah, was just a few months before the crash of 1929 that started the terrible depression. Something
Wow.
you've never seen, and it was awful.
I'm sure it was.
Oh, it was awful. Not to have clothing, not to have food,
Oh my goodness. I can only imagine.
and to have a family of 4 and not be
Oh.
able to feed them.
It's terrible.
And my dad was a barber, and he couldn't get a job.
You were telling me that. I
Yeah,
remember,
and
yeah.
he went from Presque Isle, Maine to Lincoln, Maine, 150. That would be 100 and just a minute. 140 miles to get a job as a barber for $7 a week.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Greg, I'm amazed at you. Here you are with a camera in your pocket and you didn't get a picture of that.
I don't know. I wasn't thinking about the.
I think she's gonna be very upset at you.
I was in a building and trying to do what I could.
Yeah, of course
I'm trying not to lose our suitcases here in the camp.
I don't know.
Trying not to let any harm befell.
Well,
So you guys took a bus all the way from...
oh, that was so much fun.
Was it?
Yeah, you got the bus right outside of our house. It's a bus stop.
Really?
And we got on it and rode all the way to Albany, and it cost 75 cents.
What?
Yes,
No, it didn't. I don't believe you.
I'm a senior, 75
Yeah,
cents.
she paid 75 cents.
Oh my God.
And the busman told us where to get the Schenectady bus. And Gregory found it. He was very smart. And we got on the Schenectady bus. And the Schenectady busman told us where to get off for Proctor's. It
how
was
about
so
that?
much fun. And the whole thing cost maybe $5.
Wow.
Yeah, by the time the bus left Albany, it went to Rensselaer.
Rensselaer, yeah.
They by the time the bus got there, it was all filled up. There was people kept jumping on the bus, and it was packed up. It was packed up by the time we got out of town.
Oh my goodness.
And they're all coming out to Rensselaer for some reason.
Well, you guys had quite the day, didn't you?
Just a
Oh, it's wonderful. Everything was perfect.
Good.
I gotta get rested up for tomorrow.
So what's tomorrow? Oh yeah, tomorrow's your big day, isn't it?
Yeah. Tell her,
Are
Greg.
you excited?
Yeah, there's 6 of us going to that.
Oh my God.
I am excited.
So are you speaking or anything? Or
Oh,
how does
sure.
it, yeah?
I'm telling merciless jokes
Are you guys
about...
gonna record it so I can see
Oh,
it?
sure.
Okay.
I'm going to give every one of my people a camera.
Oh, good. Okay. I want to see it.
And I have 26 merciless jokes about professors and college students.
So, Glendora, when did you start telling jokes? I want to know when did you start doing this?
I would say from infancy.
Really?
My family was always telling jokes.
No way.
Yeah, I think that's where it started.
Now, do you have a combination of your original jokes, or do you
Yep.
use other people's jokes? or-
Original and collection.
I like it.
And of course, people, the first time they hear a joke, they come to me to tell it. And they always mess it up.
See, yeah, I try telling everyone at work about your joke, and I'm like, I cannot tell the joke like Glendora can tell the joke. Because they look at me, they're like, did you say that right? I'm like, probably not.
Yeah. What one did you follow up on last?
Oh my God, the teacher one.
Teacher.
Yeah. Oh my God, what was it? About
let's see, the teacher one.
grades. And
The
I
what?
said the one with the grade of oh my God, I got a 50.
Oh,
a
that
50.
That you cheated on the test?
Yes.
And you
No, not the cheated on the test. No, you're like, oh, I got 100, a 50 in
Oh!
science and a 50 in like English or something like that.
Well,
That
that's
one.
pretty good, Sarah. You didn't
Yes.
miss it.
Oh, I kind of did. Yeah.
No, let me tell it to you, and then let me hear you tell it to me.
Okay.
Dad, I got 100 in school today. Dad, it's about time. In what? 50 in spelling and 50 in arithmetic.
Okay.
Now you tell it to me.
Dad, I got 100 today.
Well, it's about time. In what?
I got a 50 in arithmetic and a 50 in spelling.
Yeah,
There you go. Boom.
pretty good. You should
Nailed it.
rehearse it a little more.
Yeah, I know. I do. I'm not as good as you, Glendora.
No, that was pretty good,
You
Sarah.
got it like that. How do you know all these? You remember all of these jokes? It's quite impressive.
Greg is a pretty good straight man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
One of my friends lives in that building up there.
Yeah. What road are we on now, honey?
So this is the thruway. This is 90.
We're coming to Albany.
We're on. Yep. We're 21 minutes.
Okay, you stay on the throughway until exit 9,
Yep.
and it's 9 and 20.
Okay. I got it in here. I'm all set.
Good, and then you take 20, and we live right off of 20.
Okay.
And you're almost there.
Yes. Glendora, how long did your show run for on CBS 6 on WRGB?
From
How many years?
1955 to 1962.
1962. Okay.
And, well, it was great. General Electric was so prestigious.
Yeah.
It was a local TV station, but it had a national touch to it.
That's cool.
And they sold, in those days you were only allowed 3 one-minute commercials per 15 minutes.
Wow.
And by the way, all commercials were 1 minute. And I used to talk and talk and talk about Cocoa Marsh. I would do 2 or 3 minutes on
Really?
Cocoa. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's so cool.
Cocoa Marsh and Bosco.
Is it weird to see the change from when you started to where TV is now?
Say again, hon?
Is it weird for you to see all the change that's happening in the
Oh,
TV
sure.
industry from where you started now to where
yes,
it is?
and-
Like, it's got to be so crazy. Like, I can only imagine what it was like back then to where it is now.
And Sarah, all the changes have been for the worse.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's so
I
much
can see that.
there's so much clutter now here.
It is. It's so much. There's too much.
We're sending you a commercial probably the first part of next week
Okay.
to run for November
For
12th.
November? Okay.
To run. So if you could get clearance for us.
I will get clearance for you.
And back in those days, television was so strong. It was the only thing that people did.
Yeah.
They talked about it at the waterfront.
That was their
last night.
entertainment.
What did you? And they would talk over the shows they saw last night
Yeah.
at the water bubbler. And they didn't go to the bathroom until the commercials came
Yeah.
on. And then the whole city water power would go way down because everybody went to the bathroom at the same time during the commercials. And all these antennas sprung up on the top of the roof and made the whole horizon look so horrible. It was, and Sarah, you will never know the feeling of live TV in the
No.
1950s. It was really something. It was the only thing that people lived for. They stopped eating in the kitchen. They ate in the living room on TV table. They stopped making dinners. They all ate TV dinners.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Talbot, if you could talk to little Jimmy Talbot, he was 9 years old, and I used to have a treasure chest. And I would say, now children, if you want to be on the show, you send your name and address into the treasure chest, and then I would pick out the names to be on TV in the next 2 weeks. Well, if you don't know how excited that made the whole area. I'm going to be on TV.
Yeah.
And
That's pretty
Jimmy,
cool.
and Jimmy Talbot sent in 100 postcards so he would be sure to
Oh
be
my
selected.
goodness. That's funny.
Oh, it's very funny. And it started him on his career. He's a screenwriter in Beverly Hills today.
Wow.
And he was 9 years old.
That's crazy.
His daddy everybody worked for General Electric.
Yeah.
His daddy was a test pilot for General Electric.
Wow.
And they went to the First Reformed Church, Gregory, that you showed us. And, oh, little Jimmy Talbot, 9 years old, 4th grade. And I treated him just like an adult. In fact, I treated all of the children as an
That's
adult.
good.
I never talked down to him.
That's
And
good.
little Jimmy Talbot, I said, go up to the studio on the first floor. This was in the bowling alley. Go up to the studio on the first floor and get the jar of Bosco out of the refrigerator. And he went up there and they were doing another live show and he dropped the Bosco onto the floor and the whole floor was covered in front of the cameras with Bosco.
Oh my God.
Poor little Jimmy Talbot.
That's funny.
And all the cameramen laughed. Now back in those days they had cameramen. I don't think today they have cameramen.
No.
Over at Channel 10 they don't have cameramen.
Really?
It's all done by remote.
Yeah.
Is that true of you too?
I believe so, honestly.
When you get all dressed up, I would love to see your studios.
Yeah. It should be done soon, hopefully, but, you know, they tell us one thing and then it's a different thing, so.
Yeah.
You know how that goes. It's actually probably not the best that we're even working in that environment because there's a lot of noise and
Well, sure.
yeah, it's probably not good that we're inhaling all of that stuff.
I
So I
would,
try to stay out of the office as much as I can.
I would like to have seen it before they started.
Yeah, I know. They started 2 weeks ago now. But it's going to be a process, I think, until it's all done. So I don't know.
You don't know how grand and glorious it was, honey. TV was everything in it, people's lives.
Yeah,
But the day is gone, hon.
it is. The day is...
But
yeah.
I'll tell you this, people see Glendora on Channel 6.
Hey, they do. That is for sure.
Yeah. Have you heard anything about them?
About what? Your commercial?
Glendora's vegan commercials. Have you heard anything?
Well, I watch it, and my husband watches it. I watch the news, and we see your commercials. I don't know. I haven't really talked to any of my friends and stuff, so I haven't said any, or I haven't heard anything on my end, but all my workers see it as well.
So, Sarah, when does the CBS Evening News come on? Does it come on at like 7 or something?
Yep, it's 7 o'clock. Yeah. So it's right after our local news.
Back at home, it's on like at 6:30.
Yeah. So we go from 5 to 7 p, and then 7 p is the evening news.
That's what they call access, right?
Yep,
They used to call it access.
you got it. It's access.
And do you know that had to go through the FCC?
Oh, really?
Yeah, the public had to demand that.
Wow.
They know the public was, well, let's say one segment of the public was, look, you know, we don't want to go into the network that early. We want something local.
Yep.
Well, they didn't turn out to be local. It turned out to be syndicated.
Yeah. What a beautiful day. So nice.
Well, it's been a perfect day.
It's been a very, very good
And thank
day.
you for your part in it, sir.
Well, you know what? This is a day I needed because it's been a long, stressful week, Glendora. So this is a treat.
Has
It's a
it,
pleasure.
dear?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. This has been nice and relaxing. This made up for my crazy week.
Well, well, Sarah, remember this. Good will come out of it.
Yeah.
Good
It
will
will.
come out of it.
I know.
And of course, this trip you will remember the rest of your life.
Of course.
How about you, Gregory?
What's that?
You'll remember this trip for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Well,
Glendora, how old is your cat?
92.
How
98. She's at 14, right?
Oh,
And
okay,
7
14,
times
yeah.
14 is
Oh
90.
my goodness. That's a lot. That's an old cat.
Well, it is, bless her heart.
How is she doing?
Very, very well.
Good.
I'm happy to say.
Oh, good.
We rescued the neighbor's cat. They weren't taking care of him. His name is Flash. He's beautiful. He's blonde.
Oh.
And he didn't have a place to sleep, so we let him in. But this turned out to be a mistake because being outdoors, he had fleas. .com didn't have any fleas. Then she was loaded. But yesterday, Greg and I put on Advantage 2, and I think she's much better today.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. I can see fleas on her. So it's a shame. That stuff knocks her.
Oh, yeah.
We have to do it to the other cat.
Yeah. That's tough. That stuff's potent too. We had to put it on my doggy to make sure, like, to the ticks and stuff, and you can't touch like the back of her back, and she was actually kind of getting sick, I think, from the medicine.
You do think so?
Yeah, it's so strong, and the doctor actually said they have to get used to it. Like, yeah, but it was, my dog was getting like diarrhea and stuff. Like, it was getting actually sick, but yeah.
Oh. What are their names? We'll pray for them.
Bella was our doggy, and then Blackie and Creamy were our cats. Yeah.
Yeah, we pray for 100% happiness.
I think about them every day.
Wholeness.
Every day.
Yeah, and health. Now where are we, Sarah?
Sarah, when it happened, there was like
Did we pass Albany?
Like a next door neighbor didn't see.
No, so how their houses were, there's only 3 houses, and it happened during the day, so they were actually out. They weren't even there. And where they're located, there wasn't enough water, like there's not a good water source, so they had to get water from 2 miles out to kill the fire. And because my parents' house was so big, and it was a newer house, it just went up in flames. Yeah. It was really, I'm not gonna lie, seeing the house, it was really
traumatic.
It was traumatic. I mean, I actually, when I was there, I collapsed and to the ground. I couldn't even
Really?
Yeah, because I just was like, you know what? I don't even care about my things. That to me is so materialistic. I just knew our animals were in there, and that was the biggest thing. It's because you just couldn't even do anything. You literally were watching your house, and you couldn't do anything about it. That was the hardest part.
I don't see how you stand it, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't know if I could stand that.
It still is, every day. I just think about them, you know what I mean? Because I know how my dog, any animal doesn't do well with lightning and thunder. It hurts their ears, and anytime that there was a thunderstorm, she would shake. So we got our little doggy, like a little doggy guard thing that you put around her, and it calms her down. So I can only imagine just her being alone. It just broke my heart. So I'm sure she was so scared.
I'm so
that's
sorry.
the hardest part.
I am so sorry
It's
for
okay.
them.
I try to think of all the good times we had with her, and I try to think of all the positive stuff, but it's tough. Yeah. Sorry.
As I say, I don't see how you could stand it. I can't even stand it.
That's why I'm I can't even imagine losing a child or a family member. I can't even because the way I lost my animals, I was like, oh my god, it's just a terrible thing, And then did you guys hear about the whole limousine crash that happened?
Yes, I did.
Keep
I
right.
did. Yeah.
How terrible is that? That breaks my heart.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
It's
Where
very
are we
sad.
now, honey?
We're 7 minutes away.
No kidding.
Yeah,
This is,
we made pretty good time.
This is what is this, 9 and 20 here? Right?
Yeah, this is on 20. We're on 20.
9 and 20.
Yep.
Yeah, we just went past the Skodak diner.
Oh my goodness, we are. This is wonderful. What a good time we had.
I had a very good time with you guys. What a pretty area this is. You have a lot of trees. I like that.
What, dear?
It's a very pretty area with all the trees.
Oh, yes.
And stuff.
Oh, it is.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, Rensselaer County, yes.
Yeah.
The very pretty one is below us, honey. Columbia County.
Oh, yeah.
If you get a chance to go down there.
Yeah.
You're an excellent driver.
Oh, thank you.
Tell your husband we said so.
Okay. Well, no tickets and no accidents, knock on wood. That's good. So when was the last time you were in Schenectady?
Oh, good Lord.
Has it been a while?
Oh.
Yeah, I've never been.
No,
I would
you
say
haven't?
I would say 1962, Sarah.
No way.
Yeah.
Why has it taken you so long?
Gosh, I'd have to write it out for you.
Well, Glendora, I feel privileged. Then I took you back to your old
Oh yeah,
stomping
that's
ground.
why I feel so happy that you gave me that footage.
Oh, good.
Did you ever hear of Ernie Tatro?
No. No? Who is he?
Well, he was the anchor on Channel 6 for quite a few years.
How long ago was this?
I'm trying to think. The
Okay.
60s, the 70s,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
My parents would know, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I want to ask my dad if he knows about SS Glendora or if his
Yeah.
parents ever talked to him about it.
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
his parents would probably know.
Oh, definitely. How old is your dad?
So my dad is 58, but I'm sure
Yeah, you
his
told me
parents.
that. That's
yeah,
right.
so I'm sure his parents.
No,
I
yeah,
wonder
his
if they-
parents.
they
You'd have to
talked
go to
about it
his
to-
parents, honey.
Yeah.
Are your grandparents living?
I'm sorry, what?
Your grandparents living?
My mom's grandparents are living, but my dad's grandparents or my dad's parents are not living anymore.
I see, but your mums are.
Yes.
And where are
Yep.
they?
So they might know too because they lived in Burt Hills. So let me ask them because I'm sure they would know. They're in their 80s.
Where are they now?
They're in Pennsylvania, so they're in the Poconos.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. And then they go down to Naples, Florida every year for 4 months. But they're actually coming to New York in a couple weeks to see us. So they come every few months, and then we go see them.
Where did you meet your husband?
I met him. Do you know the restaurant Aperitivo Bistro right next to Proctor's?
Oh,
That
really?
restaurant? Yeah, we used to work there together. Isn't that funny?
So you both were how old then?
I was 22 and I'm 30 now, so we've been together for a long time. My parents met when they were 14 and have been together ever since. My mom has only ever been with my dad.
Isn't that cute?
Yes, it's adorable.
And what town was that?
So my mom went to Burt Hills. My dad was from Scotia.
Burn
and
Hills, yeah.
my mom was a cheerleader and a swimmer, and my dad was a football player. And my mom said she used to skip school all the time to go down and see my dad in Scotia.
Greggy, will you tell Sarah when we get to the light what to do?
Oh yeah, you're fine. I got it. It's in here, or it's on my thing.
Wonderful.
Just make a left on Elm Street.
Okay.
And the light.
This is cute.
Tell your dad that the try to see if you remember this. Tell your dad that the football team,
Yeah.
that the medical college had their own cheer
Okay.
at the football team.
Mhm.
What was their cheer? Hypodermic, hypodermic. Hypodermic, what's that mean? Stick it to him, stick it to him.
I like that one. Too funny.
You said you found something in your desk about the SS Glendora?
I do, and every time I see you, I forget to bring it with me.
Oh, yeah.
It's the cover, and it has you. There's a circle, and it has your face
Yep.
right in the circle.
Yeah, that was a lifesaver.
Yep.
Or
And
a
then,
camera lens. They put
It
them in
might-
both, yeah.
Yeah. I want to show you my one friend sent me a picture of you quick.
Where the police in this town, they're always here like at night shooting radar. And
Oh,
stopping
really?
People. Oh, all night long. Yeah.
Help her, Greg, with the driveways,
Oh, yeah.
because they all look the
Yeah,
same.
Go almost to the end of the street down here, and then it's
Okay.
right at the end on the left. Like right at the fork in the road. We're right across the street from that.
Okay.
Just before you get to the forks. Okay.
Tell her, Greg.
Yeah,
Hurry
you're
up,
gonna
honey.
you're gonna
Tell
go
her it's
to,
not this one. It's not this one.
Yeah, not this one here. The right after the trees here on the left. The big
It's
gray-
not this
one?
one.
Yeah, the big gray one. Right, yeah, that's it. Right here. Right there to the left. Right
Right here or down?
there. Oh, down the driveway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you can get down.
Yeah. Should I stay here or is it better to go down here?
Yeah, go down.
Okay.
You gotta go down
It
there.
all belongs to the property. Go down, turn around, and
Okay.
there's our door right
Okay,
there.
perfect. Turn right around.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing that.
Of course, no worries. I want to show you a picture though my one friend sent me and it was of you.
What'd you say, honey?
My friend sent me a picture of you back in the day with some of
Really?
the kids. Yeah, I'm going to show it to you.
Yeah, we have to add to that to our accounting. We keep track of the people who remember it.
Hold on, let me get it quick. She sent it.
And it happens like twice a week somebody will come and remember it.
That's you. Can you see?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's on the.
What, dear?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. I see the tie,
Yep.
and I see the shoulder marks, and I see the hat. Oh, that's terrific.
That's the one that
Can you email it to us?
Yes, I can.
That's the one under the laptops.
I
Yeah,
could
can
actually
you
see it.
Oh, that is on the.
Yeah, it's the one.
Yeah. Oh my God, too funny. Okay, here, let me help you guys.
Well, very good. Here, so. I gotta wake up now. Okay.
You got it?
Oh, you're here? Oh, good. A little while. It takes a little while, honey.
No worries.
For me, takes just a little while.
Do you want to hold my hand?
Oh, that's good. Oh, we're up that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Careful. I'm going to just do a little loop.
You want to take me, Greg?
Oh, Greg.
Oh,
He's
okay.
going to come back. No worries.
Oh, okay. There's a step up here, honey.
Yes. Careful.
I have to hold on to the
Okay.
grease. There we are.
That's a garbage can.
We're home, recycle bin.
Okay, careful. There's a little step
Yeah,
here, okay?
Yeah, that's very important.
Careful. There you go.
Okay. Here we
And then there's another step.
Was this door open?
Oh no, I just.
No.
opened it.
Oh, that's good.
Just gotta get in the door here, son. All right. There.
Watch out. There's a chair right here.
Yep.
Okay. You got it, girlfriend.
Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
No place like home. That is for sure.
.com.
All right, guys.
.com missed us.
.com.
She missed us.
All right, Glendora, I'm going to take off, okay?
Oh, no, you're not. What'd you say?
I got to go.
Oh, no, you're not. I'm giving you $9,900.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn my car off quick, okay?
Okay, honey.
I'll come back.
What is it, baby? Where is she, Greg? Where, honey? Where are you? Oh, poor little kitty.
Oh, she's by the right on your desk, by the desk.
She's by the desk? On the
Yeah.
floor?
No, by the lamp.
Oh, we're back, baby. We didn't leave you. Did you ever hear her cry like that, Greg?
No, not that much.
Oh, baby, we're back. We're back.
All right, look. Here's the we call it the happy house.
Oh my god. Oh my
Oh,
god.
Greg, she's much better. Greg, she's much better. She's much better since the Advantage 2. Sarah, will you get a piece of paper off of the
Sure.
printer?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
There you go.
we're back, baby. We're back.
Here's
Okay.
the piece of paper.
Now wait. Is that $100 bills?
Nope, it's checkbook.
That's checkbook, huh?
Oh, it's right here.
Where?
Up here.
That's it, honey. How about a light, Greg? Hold up. Now, Sarah, would you write out
Yeah.
received of Glendora? You got
Do
a
you
chair,
have a
honey?
pen?
Yes, right in here, there's
Okay.
pens. You don't have to write it big because I'll never be able to see it, hon.
Okay.
Just write it any size.
I see a marker here. Can I use a marker?
Sure, that's a good
Okay.
thing. Okay, honey, here we go.
Okay, what am I writing?
Received of Glendora.
Received to Glendora.
Yep. $, $9,900 cash.
Okay.
4 5 spelled out FIBE.
Mhm.
Then 30 dash second.
Mhm.
Commercials.
Mhm.
Monday through Friday. She wants to meet you, isn't that
Oh.
cute? She wants to meet you, isn't that cute?
Great.
Okay, 5 30-second commercials.
Mhm.
Okay, Monday through Friday.
Mhm.
The first week of.
Mhm.
Yes, honey, we'll take care of it. The first week of every month
Mhm.
of 2018.
Mhm.
Anno Domini. That's a capital A, N-N-O. And then a capital D is in dog.
Mhm.
O-M,
Mhm.
I-N-I.
Mhm.
Now where were we? 32nd, every month of the year of 2019 Anno Domini equals 60 spots.
Okay.
4,
Mhm.
okay, equals 60 spots. Positioned circa, or as close positioned as close to 6:45 p.m. as possible. Don't you think that covers it?
Yeah.
Can you think of it? Dear Gregory, shut off the cameras, which you shouldn't have. And Sarah left. Glennie washed her hands and her face and got the germs out of her nose. Don't let Flash in until we have a chance to treat him. Gregory is kindly opening .com's link hits. And I'll take one. Thank you, Greg. And he's going to put a cloth over the other one. And could I have her dish, please?
Sure.
Third drawer down on the left. Thank you.
Third drawer. Yeah, this must be this is her dish, isn't it? It's empty. The silver dish here.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So I'll put.
Would you like a hot dog, Greg, before they go in the refrigerator?
Oh no, not right now. So no, I'm pretty good right now. So, but I'll put it in the fridge here. So. Well, how about if you mind if I heat this cream of broccoli soup up?
That's a good idea.
I'll do that. So I can try that out. So I'll try it out.
And when you go out tonight, will you put out, will you go to Family Dollar and buy some white bread?
Tonight?
Yeah, when you're going out, right?
Yeah, maybe in a little while, I guess. Or...
Well, if you don't go out, okay, but if you do go out, 5 loaves of bread and give 2 to the deer.
Oh, okay. All right.
And thank you.
All right. So, okay.
This is a lingette, and it's vegan. And I've got it all mashed up for the kitty cat. And I'm going to sit right here with her while she eats it. There's some Ritz crackers too, Greg.
Supposed to do, this stuff here. Buy some normal stuff. Soy milk.
Your mouth sore? Honey, you've got to eat it. It's the best thing I have.
It'll hold up. Nice knowing you. I don't know about this burner. I don't think it looks that good, but doesn't look that good, but I'm gonna go for it. Looks really good at doing.
She won't eat it. What do I do now? She won't eat it. She won't eat it. Are you sick, baby? You have to eat it, honey. It's the best thing I have for you.
Well, Glendora, I went through my things and I found some more of your washcloths and I put them in the wash last night.
Yes, you find all of them, Gregory Charles Washburn.
Yeah, and I got them done. So.
You get them all.
Yeah, they don't look as new, but they're.
Yes, dear. Thank you. And would you get out that box of chicken that I put in our grocery cart? She's not eating the linkettes.
Oh no.
This is serious.
Well, she'll get to it eventually. But...
See if she'll eat the chicken. Thank you for finding my washcloths.
So, all right. Here's the box of chicken here.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, you got that. Or...
Would you like some? It's quite good.
Well, I have to think about that. So.
Well, in that case, you can't have it. Offer's expired. We're not going to give you $5 chicken if you have to think about it. You have to say yes, please, or no, thank you. All right, Dot, let's try this. Thank you for it, Greg.
here.
But I can't make a fuss over it. She just won't eat the chicken either. Well, at least I gave her the love. And I gave her the attention.
All right, that's done. Okay, we got that. That was an interesting day. Tubby. I think I've seen it all. See more. Only gets is in there. All right. Yuck. Let's get that out of here. Okay, now what am I gonna do? All right. This goes over here. So, okay. Yeah, your LG phone here is charging over here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's up to 76%.
Is there anything you want me to tell Sandy or Pat? I'm going to call them. Could I have the LG, honey, please?
Yeah, it's right here. I'm gonna unplug it, or there you go. So.
Oh, you can plug it in. You can keep it plugged
Well,
in.
yeah, but to talk and it's hard to get it
All right.
to talk. It keeps on losing the signal here, so
Oh, okay.
so I'm just thinking about that. But yeah, you can talk to him there, I guess. I don't know. I'm thinking about tomorrow now about that all going through. So and that's gonna be a big it's gonna be a big thing. So. Okay. Well, let me go. Let's see here now. Put that over there. And throw this out. That's on top of all the other stuff here. So. Supposed to set on everything. Let me see here now. First, I gotta change.
Call. Blakeman. Mobile.
Calling Blakeman Mobile.
To an automatic voice message system. 51889473338 is not on the tone. Please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Just go with it, man. It's a normal day for Greg.
Hi, Sandy. It's Glendora. Home from a very successful trip to Schenectady for the TV trade show, public access. I'm calling Sandy to ask you how late you plan to be tomorrow. I would like to leave at 7 o'clock in punto. All righty.
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1.
I got this. Okay, take this off. In the pockets. Stuff.
call Nichols, please.
Nichols Mobile.
Thank you, Franklin, at our own desk. How hard you work for it. Are we doing the right thing? I think so.
Hello?
Is
Hello?
Is this you, Pat?
It is.
How do you feel?
I feel awful, and I did leave you a message that I went to the doctor today, and
Oh, Pat.
she believes I have strep, so
Well, you know, that's what it sounded like to me from the beginning, right?
yeah. So
Because, you know, if you don't have any discharge, it's just got to be strep throat.
well, that's the way it is. So I have to stay home. I have to take some medicine. And,
Yeah. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was.
No, good will come out of it, honey. That's all right. We're not running the universe, remember?
No, I know that. Yes, and I did call Sandy to tell her.
Oh, you did?
Yes,
Or did
but
you
she
talk to
told-
Sandy?
I talked to her about a half hour ago, maybe.
No kidding. Did you really? She answered the phone?
Yes. She said she was going to get in touch with you.
Yeah, I just called her up and asked her how late she planned to be. You want me to say that again?
Yes. What did you?
Yeah, I just called up Sandy, and I asked her, Sandy, how late are you planning to be?
Oh, okay.
That's just a joke, son, okay?
Oh, okay.
That's a joke, son. I want to know how late she's planning to be. Sandy's always late, you know.
Oh, is she? I didn't know that. No.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she said she was going to be in touch with you later.
Yeah. Well, Pat, I hope that you'll be 100% whole and healthy and happy.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I think you got strep throat.
Yeah,
Penicillin will take care of that, though.
I know. We have what it takes
Yeah.
to take care of it.
We had
Have a good time.
Pat, you can't imagine what a delightful day we had. We left here at 7 o'clock on the bus that comes right to our house. And Tracy Clegg's husband was getting on the bus at the same time, so we had his company. And you know, Pat, it cost 75 cents for me.
Yeah, I know it's a good deal. Very good deal.
And Gregory was $1.50.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we were thinking of taking Uber, which is $50.
Yeah.
Well, we got to Albany just fine. The nice bus man told us where to go to get the Schenectady bus. And we went there and we got it right away. And the bus filled up with working people. And it was my first contact with people who actually go to work every morning at 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And we rode all the way to Schenectady. And you know, it's quite a ways from Albany to Schenectady.
Yeah, it's a distance. Yeah.
And the nice bus driver told us where to get off at State Street, Schenectady to go to Proctor's Theater. And it's so beautiful.
Yeah, that's quite.
My, they've done a great job. And we found the convention, and it was filled with public access people, managers of the TV stations, and programmers and things like that, and people knew my show. And we went to the workshops, and then they went to lunch, and Gregory and I went to all the little stores along Proctor's, and we had all kinds of treats. Then we went to the afternoon session, and then we called the account executive from WRGB Channel 6, and she came over, and to her, opened her eyes. She didn't know what public access was all about. Her television is broadcast television. So she found that very interesting to see what problems we're having in public access. And then at 5 o'clock exactly, she took me back to where I used to live in Schenectady. And I said a silent prayer for all the people that I knew there. And then she took me up to WRGB Channel 6 on Balltown Road, where I knew all those people and had all the fun of the SS Glendora.
Wow.
And then she drove us home. And we gave her $9,900 cash.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And we signed receipts, and Gregory was our witness, and she left here at 7 o'clock.
What did
I'm telling you, everything was clockwork.
That's great. Then you got another day tomorrow. You're going to be
Yeah.
exhausted on Sunday.
Yeah, another one. Another one. Well, listen, can I do anything for you?
Oh, no, I just need to take it easy and let it go, let it work its way out.
And you go with us tomorrow. Okay, keep thinking of us tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, honey.
Okay.
Give my best to Richard. Bye-bye.
Bye. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, dear, bye.
Just check the phone on there. That's what I do. All right, let's see here now. Look at this. This is as hot as it's already.
Where's my little kitty? My little kitty's supposed to stay with me.
Oh, she's on the sitting on the box to your right.
Yes, thank you. She won't eat the chicken, honey, and she won't eat the linkettes.
Oh, no.
And those are her two favorites. She is sick.
Oh, yeah. Well, she, I don't know, maybe she needs water, maybe she's not getting water.
Could I have the water you bought me, please?
Yep. All right. Actually, what is for you? The Coke was for me, but I threw that. Yeah, here's a bottle of water.
Okay, sweet. I appreciate that.
Yeah, right here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got the check. There's a blank check here too. You got for, I think, for what, tomorrow? What is it?
Oh, yeah. Could I have that in my pocket? Or in the briefcase? In the briefcase.
Yeah, it's a blank check
Mhm.
here, so, all right. Okay, that goes right in there. All right, I shut this chandelier off. I don't need that on, so. The soup is done. Oh yeah, the pan. I'll put crackers in. Get some crackers.
Call Eberly Police.
Calling Eberly Mobile.
Okay. Oh.
Poor baby. Poor baby, but at least you got me, honey. You're sick, but you got me.
Hello, this is Scott. My phone number is 518-424-6666. 62813. I can't come to the phone right now. Leave your name, number, and time to call, and I'll call you back when I earliest convenience. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Well, there's his shirts.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Scott Eberly, it's Glendora. One of our dear people cannot go. She has strep throat, poor thing. So we have an opening for you. Now, Scott, if you are going, you will have to be here no later than 7 a.m. We leave without you at 7 a.m. if you're not here, dear. So come along. It will be a fun trip all the way through, and you will contribute to make it fun. Okay, dear, tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. sharp if you're going. Now, please leave a message on the telephone here, whether you're going. All right, dear. Did I tell you somebody asked the Italian man, why do you drink wine instead of water? I think I did tell you that. And the Italian man said, I have an iron constitution and water would rust it. Call Maddie.
Calling Maddie, mobile.
Thank you, camcorder. Make a record. Call Maddie.
Calling Maddie, mobile.
Hello?
Oh, Maddie, Glendora wants to know what kind of a day you had.
Oh, I had an okay day. Glennie, how about you?
Oh, Madeline, everything was clockwork. Exactly on schedule. We left here, honey, on the bus at 7:19, and here we are in Albany by 8:19.
Sure.
And
You bet.
and the nice bus man told us where to go to take the Schenectady bus, and we left Schenectady around that time, 8:20. And my goodness, we're at Proctor's Theater by 9 o'clock.
How about that, Dad?
And honey, it was 75 cents for me on each bus.
Oh, wow. So much better than $100.
And it was only $1.50 for Gregory each bus.
Wonderful.
Well, it was.
Sure was. Why was his more expensive? Oh, because you're older.
What, darling? What'd you say?
You got a senior discount, right?
Yes.
I don't know what you call it, but that's what it is. That's all it costs a senior is 75 cents.
Wonderful.
You can go all the way, think of it, you can go all the way to Albany for 75 cents, right outside your front door.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad. And what, did you have a good time?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Good.
We found the
How you
people,
were going to? What did you go to?
well, it's people who are in public access.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I couldn't remember exactly what it was.
Yep. And they
Oh,
came
excellent.
from all over the Northeast, from Provincetown and from Arlington and from Cambridge,
Wow.
and I saw my friend Anthony Riddle from Brooklyn, He came up,
Uh-huh. Oh, really?
and we had the
Oh.
best time. And did you know how elaborate Proctor's is?
No, I've never been there.
Oh, honey, you've got to go.
Yeah?
Oh, it is beautiful.
Oh, okay.
So you can get on for 75 cents.
Well, there you go. I'm not a senior yet.
And so we went to the workshops, and they had lunch, and then Gregory and I went down to the, it's a movie theater too,
Right.
and we went down to the movie theater part, and we bought things here. We bought a sandwich from Subway,
Uh-huh.
and we bought. I was outraged when I said go get 2 boxes of candy, and he brought back a box of what do you call them? And they were $3. A candy bar was $3. $7
Yeah.
for 2 candy bars.
I know, it's crazy.
And so we had a good time. Then we went back to the 2 workshops, and then we called our account executive at WRGB CBS Channel 6, and she came over, and she's in broadcast TV, which is very different from cable TV.
Right.
And so her eyes were open as to what's going on in public access TV.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and so she enjoyed that, and then she drove us. I asked her to take her to where I used to live in Schenectady,
Uh-huh.
and I said a silent prayer for all the people I knew there and wished them
Oh,
well.
wonderful.
They're probably all dead by now.
Well, they might be.
Yeah. And then I asked her to take me up to WRGB Balltown Road and Channel 6. She couldn't take me inside because they're undergoing construction.
Right.
And then she drove us all the way to Nassau.
How wonderful, Glenn. That's just wonderful.
It is. And then we sat down and then we counted out the money, and Greg made a video of it. And then I wrote out the receipt, and we all signed it, and Greg was the witness.
Uh-huh.
And so that made her day. What a big sale that was. $9,900.
Oh, wow. Holy smoke.
Yeah, but that's for the year 2019.
Wow, Glennie.
So that's my story. Now tell me about yourself, honey.
Oh, I had a very, very peaceful day. I didn't do too much at all.
Mm-hmm. And you feel good, honey? You feel good?
I feel fine, yeah.
And how was the post office?
Oh, it was busy. We were very busy today.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I had $25 in sales.
You did?
And, yeah. And 18 packages and a bunch of mail.
Well, good for you, honey.
That's a big day for us there.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
I really could jump your revenue, because the last time we were at the post office, it was 137.
Well, feel free to come on up.
I would, honey, but I've got to be loyal to Roxanne.
Well.
You know, I've known her so long, and she's been so good to us.
Over again. Yeah, that's fine.
And she is one of these super persons, you know. She's a super person.
Right. It's
Yeah.
fine, Glennie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the proper stuff to be able to mail your stuff anyhow.
Oh, well, I think you would, except that I mustn't give up Roxanne.
No, it's fine.
No.
I understand.
But if she ever retires, honey, I'll give you all that business. But the business isn't what it used to be. I used to go to the post office, Madeline, and mail 67 packages. But now, and then for a while, for years, I was mailing 45. That went on for a number of years. And I'm talking since 2007.
Yeah.
And now, guess what? When Gregory and I went last week, it was only 20 packages.
Really?
Yeah, because of the,
So much is digital.
yeah, because of the file transfer protocol.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. How is Bruno?
Bruno's okay. He was in a lot of pain this morning.
Oh.
He shivers when he's in pain.
Well,
No,
bless his heart. He wants to live, honey.
I know he does. I know.
So we'll help him live. That's all. We'll just help him live.
Well, we were supposed to start the chemo yesterday, but it turns out he's Lyme disease positive.
Yeah,
He has Lyme disease, so we have to give him Lyme disease medicine first for 2
Yeah.
weeks.
yeah.
So,
Bless his
I
heart.
get that under
I'm,
control.
I'm so glad he has you.
Well, you know, he's a good boy. I'm glad I have him.
Yeah, you love him so.
I do. He's a sweet, sweet puppy. He really is a nice dog.
Yeah. Now, Flash. Flash
Yes.
has fleas.
Oh, okay.
And he has infected my dearpoor.com.
Oh, boy. Okay.
And she has 100 bites, scabs,
Oh, gosh.
all
boy.
over the neck. So we did get the Advantage 2 and we did put it on, and she is much
good.
better. But she
Oh, good.
still has a lot of scabs. So we'll stick with it, honey.
Nothing you can do about it for now. Just what you have to do, you put it on Flash too, right?
Oh, we will, and he can't come in until we do have a chance to do it.
Oh, well, you haven't done him yet.
What, dear?
You haven't done Flash yet?
No, we haven't done Flash yet. We just
Did you
got
get
home.
enough
We
for
just.
him, or
What, dear?
did you get enough Advantage for him?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, we
Oh.
plan to do Flash, right? But,
Oh, good. Okay. So
yeah,
You should do it. You should do it 2 months in a row.
but he can't come in until it's done.
Right.
But it's
It's gonna do it
warm, and
tomorrow,
I think he was here last night. In fact, well, I know for a fact that he was here at 5 o'clock this morning when I let him out.
Mhm.
He goes out and he looks very hard, and then he comes back. He backs away from the door, and then I wait a few minutes and I open the doors for him again, and then he looks very hard, and then he decides it's okay.
Well, why don't you put it on him tonight?
Because I'm exhausted.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Well, then, first thing in the morning, and you should do it 2 months in a row, Glennie, because fleas do not live on animals. They live in your house.
Yeah.
So if you're seeing them on the cat, they're in your house.
Okay, dear, take care.
All right, Glennie. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Greg? Call Blakeman.
Blakeman, mobile.
Hi, Glendora.
Well, hi there, Sandy.
Hi. Sorry to call you so late, Glendora. I got home from work late.
Oh, you did, honey? You're working hard, are you?
Can you hear me?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, okay. So I was just wondering, Glendora, why you want to leave at 7? It looks like
Sandy,
Hall
please,
of Fame thing starts at 10.
please, Sandy, don't change my plan.
Well, I'm just wondering, if that would put us there about 8:30.
Please, no. Please?
No, I'm not going to change the plan. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
The induction into the Hall of Fame starts at 10.
Please, I want to leave at 7.
You want to leave at 7?
Please.
Okay, and we're going to Pittsfield first?
Yes, and we will meet Wayne and Bill at the Rite Aid parking lot at Housatonic and South. And henceforth, Bill will be our navigator because he's really a roadster. He goes all over. It's his job. He knows the roads. So we just
Well,
we
it's
just
pretty easy. I mean, you want to go 20, but okay. Where in Pittsfield are we meeting them?
we come in on Housatonic, Route 20. We make a right on South Street, and we go 2 buildings, and there's the Rite Aid, and we go into the Rite Aid parking lot.
Okay, the Rite Aid. Okay. All right, Glendora. See you at 7. For reasons that will remain a mystery.
What'd you say, Sandy?
I said I'll see you at 7 for reasons that remain a mystery to me.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last thing about Victory.
Mystery.
Oh, Mystery.
I don't know your reasons for wanting to have such an early takeoff, but
Well, honey.
we'll leave at 7.
Well,
That'll put us in Ditchfield at 7:30.
yes, that's when they're going to meet us.
And then that will put us in Springfield by 9.
Yes, honey.
Okay.
I know you're putting up with an erratic friend, but
So, the one other thing, Glendora, are you aware that there's a $50 fee for guests?
yes, I am, and I protested that. And I told them that was medieval, that you don't charge guests like this. I said I will not pay it, but I will give you $300 in donations. I said I am morally opposed to that, and I said I will give you, but I need time to pay. I will give you $100 in October, and we have the check already. I'll give you $100 in November and $100 in December. And Bob Cole, whom you will meet, is the vice president in charge of marketing. He called back and he says, Glendora, stop complaining about it's all taken care of. We're going to pay it. I said, I don't want you to pay it. I want to pay it. I do want to pay it, but not as a fee, only as a donation.
Yeah.
So that's all taken care of, Sandy. I don't mind that. I don't mind paying him $300 as a donation.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm glad that you do know the thing. I'm glad you
to be caught by surprise by that.
What'd you say? I thought so too. And you shouldn't charge anything. You know, here's an alumnus coming back on homecoming day. You should charge your guests $50. That's immoral.
Okay, and I'm to dress up like a yellow jacket.
Yes.
Do I have that right? I'm to go and get a yellow jacket costume?
Oh, I'd love it. Can you make a yellow? You know, their mascot is.
No, I can't make a yellow jacket costume overnight.
Their mascot is a bumblebee. Their yellow jacket himself. That's who they're.
Yeah. I saw that on the website, and because Andy was, joking about the yellow and black. Should I get a bumblebee costume? And then I looked on their website, and I saw that indeed I should.
Yeah, I'm going to wear black pants, honey, and a yellow jacket, and a yellow hat, and yellow gloves, and a black tie.
Sounds very nice.
And
I only have one yellow article of clothing, so it's a yellow shirt, so I'll wear either a black skirt and a yellow shirt or black pants and a yellow shirt.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, Sandy.
Black sweater.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. And I got Gregory all set with a black suit and a yellow tie. And Bill Banker's wife has looked all over Pittsfield and can't find any yellow ties. Do you have any yellow ties?
I don't believe so. Andrew has a yellow Winnie the Pooh tie with Tigger and Piglet and Winnie the Pooh on it.
Uh-huh. Is Andrew going?
Hey, Andrew is not going to go, Glendora. He has a lot of stuff he needs
I
to
don't have to hear more, honey. Just yes or no. I understand. No. I understand, honey. Well, I'm so happy that you're doing this. Oh, I'm so happy. We're going to have, and I've got to tell you the beautiful day we had today, Sandy. Oh, it was glorious in Schenectady.
All right, well, I better go to bed.
Yep. Oh, well, well, you know.
See you in the morning.
Yes. Good,
all right,
good night, Sandy. Oh, Sandy, I invited Scott Eberly to go with us to take Pat's seat. Whether he goes or not, I don't know. But he seemed to want to go.
I don't think I know Scott Eberly.
No, you don't know Scott, but you will.
Meet him at your place at 7.
Say again?
Would we be picking him up, or would he be...
No. You will be picking him up, and I told him, whether he's here or not, at 7 we are going.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I know him. How do you know him?
He read in the advertiser about the Glendora Vegetarian Club, and he has come a couple of times.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, see you tomorrow then, Glendora. Sleep well.
Sleep well, friend.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Gregory. 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 Call Eberly. Where's my baby cat? You're in a box, Dot? Call Eberly.
According to Wikipedia, Jordan Leslie Eberly is a Canadian professional ice hockey right-winger for the New York Islanders of the National Hockey League.
Call Eberly. Call Eberly. Call Eberly. Call Eberly. Call Eberly. Gregory. Call Eberly.
Calling Eberly, mobile.
Hello.
Scott, it's Glendora.
How are you? I got your message.
Are you going?
Yeah, I'll come over. Sure, it's 7 o'clock tomorrow.
Yep, sharp, honey. If you're not here at 7, there won't be anybody here.
Okay. And, what is the, you can't wear jeans, so is it a nice pair of pants or a suit or?
Yes, would you wear a black suit and a yellow tie? Yeah, that's our school colors, honey.
I don't think I have a yellow tie, but I got black pants and a white shirt I can put on.
You can't find a yellow tie anywhere, hon?
I don't think I have yellow, but
If you go out and buy one, will you buy several and get a receipt?
okay. Now, what school is this for the
Um,
black and
okay.
black and yellow?
Do you have a pen and paper?
I can get one. Hold on.
Oh, excuse me, Glendora. I'm going to go out and get the bread right now. The 5 loaves of bread you want?
Yes, honey. Could you hold it just a minute? 'Cause a call came in and I wanted to know if you would tell me who it was.
Sure. Yeah.
It'll just be a minute, honey. Scott Everly
Okay.
is going with us. Oh, go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, so you want me to get a
Amer-
yellow tie?
Yes. Get 3 or 4 of them if you can. And if you do, that's fine. If you don't, fine. American International College.
American International College.
And it will be in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And
Springfield, Mass. What is the Hall of Fame that you're going into?
say again, Scott?
What is the Hall of Fame that you're being inducted into?
Oh, it's the American International Co-Curricular Hall of Fame.
International.
American International College Co-Curricular Hall of Fame.
Be glad it's over with.
I thought it was something like for, you're vegan or something like that, or.
They are going to have a brunch and they are going to have vegan options.
Oh. Yeah, I don't. Let me go look. I have ties, but I got rid of a lot of ties when I came in here because, I don't wear a lot of suits anymore going to work or.
Okay, make sure you wear a suit.
Yeah, I've got.
Make sure.
Let my ties go.
A black suit. Do you have a black suit?
Yeah, I got a black suit.
Okay, that's all you need. Along with shoes, socks, and a shirt.
Oh, now you're asking for a lot. Gee. No, I don't have any yellow ties here.
Well, listen, do you have time to go out to Walmart or?
Friday night.
Well, if you do, don't. Okay.
Okay. Let me get my suit out here. Get that out anyway.
I know that Walmart has yellow ties. They're silk.
They have silk ties there?
Yeah, oh yeah, oh definitely.
That's expensive.
Yeah, oh definitely. They have beautiful ties. The trade name is Puritan.
Okay, there you go now.
So the American International College, and you're going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame there.
Yes.
You're an alumni there, obviously. What else did you?
Well, it's a huge honor because the alumni is so numerous. And they are inducting 7 of us.
What are you doing in here?
So those are the colors, yellow and black, are your school colors? Or?
Black and yellow bumblebee. Our mascot is a hornet. The yellow jacket.
Okay, wish you would have told me sooner. I would have gone out, but I don't, Okay, so I'll get shirt and tie and black pants, and we'll get. All right,
Well, it's 8.
sounds like fun.
Oh, it is going to be, yes.
8 o'clock at night.
We have to be there by 10 o'clock.
No, I'm going to get there earlier because there are things I want to see.
Okay. Yeah, it's not that long a ride to Springfield. Maybe 2 hours. Yeah. Well, when's the last time you were back at the college?
Well, the last time I was in Springfield was my high school reunion of 70 years.
That was 70 years ago.
Yeah, no. Well, 70 years ago I was graduated from high school.
High school. Well, Springfield's probably changed a little bit since you've been there, and I don't think the Mass Pike was in, was it?
Well, the MGM's casino went up there.
That's true.
And by the way, we hope to go to the casino just to see it.
Okay.
The Springfield television station is going to cover us.
Oh,
And I've asked them to interview all of us.
okay. All right then. Well, I'll see you at tomorrow morning then.
Good.
Okay.
Thank
Good
you.
evening.
Bye, Scott.
Bye-bye.
Sorry to hold you up, honey. He's lonesome. He likes to talk. Where are you? Greg, where are you now? Greg! Did you eat a little bit, darling? Did you eat a little bit? Greg! Greg! Greg,
Yeah,
will you stop wandering off?
I'm sorry, I got my truck running outside. I got
Okay, honey.
stuff outside.
Would you see who this in-call was?
Okay, all right. The Flash just came in there.
No, you don't. Put
You
him
don't
out
want him
right
out?
away.
You want him out, or-
Unless you want to do his treatment now.
Yeah, I'll put him out right now. So okay.
Here, give him something to eat, honey.
Yeah, he got something to eat over there, so he did.
Oh, here, give him something more.
Yeah, I can put it in.
Get him out of this house quickly. Here,
all right.
give him a piece of food.
Okay.
Yeah, what was that last call?
Oh, just well, there's Eberly, then there's 750. I think so. You called Eberly, then he called you back, right? Is that
I'd
it?
like to know who called me back. Is it Eberly?
Yeah, Eberly called
And
you
do
back.
you have any other calls on there?
No, there's nothing else in here. So.
Oh, good. And do you have any Gmails that are urgent?
No, not that I know of at all. So. Gmail. No, I looked at the Gmail this morning. There was nothing. Okay, let's see here. No, there's nothing in the Gmail.
Good. Gregory, here's $50 for you, and I'll give you $15 gas.
Okay, all right, I appreciate it a lot. Okay, so the
Do
yeah,
you have the food for Flash?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to leave the money there for you.
Okay.
You don't
all
have to
right.
do it now, but you need money for bread. So just take that with you.
So yeah, okay, all right.
I
I'll
think
get
it's
the
that
receipt.
one. Is it that one?
Yeah, this is it. The so you want the 5 loaves of bread, right?
Yes.
Look at that. So-
And give 2 to the animals, please.
Yes, I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, .com did come over and eat a little. I'm going to bed, Greg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go to bed. Yeah, I'll take Flasher outside here, so it'll be okay. All right, I'll have a very good night there. So I'll be up in the morning there. So.
Greg! .com, you'll have to eat it over the floor, that's all. This is enough for today. The spin of the Earth. The Earth's trip around the sun. Take care of the food. Turn off the camcorder. What, dear? Yes, I do.
Yeah, you want me to just go make your plate?
Coffee, all of that. This is, I don't know if you want me to point out our vegan options for Glendora.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
I think that'll be. Okay, all right.
okay, and I'm crossing out fireman.
Now want to introduce Brian O'Shaughnessy, our Vice President for Student Affairs, and the person whose idea it was to create this honorary event. So thank you all.
Thank you, Vince. It's a great honor today to have this impressive group of very talented achievements back on campus for this, our fourth co-curricular Hall of Fame induction, and the official induction of finally our actual physical location of it. We've had some struggles with that over the past few years, and I'm glad it's found its home in the Collegino Lounge of the Schwartz Campus Center. The Student Government Association in 2011 actually was the impetus for the Co-Curricular Hall of Fame. It recognizes AIC alumni whose students made a significant impact on campus life. We hope that it inspires new generations of student leaders. We have some new student leaders here today that share some commonalities with those who have come back from the past. Really, involvement in co-curricular life on a college campus is sometimes overlooked. It's a hidden gem of the campus. Today we recognize an inductee class that had leaders from student government, chairs of Model Congress, student activities coordinators, leaders in athletics and Greek life, resident assistants or resident advisors depending on your era, leaders of Pride, Lasso, AIC Radio, and other organizations. We're fortunate to have Glendora Buell, class of 1950, here today. When Glendora was a student, some of you may recognize this name, Professor Henrietta Littlefield was actually a real person and not just the name on an award. She was one of the college's early administrators, and one of our awards, most prestigious awards, is named after her. Emily Rivera, class of 1997, actually earned that honor her senior year in winning that award. So Glendora would have known Professor Littlefield. When Glendora left AIC to become a pioneer of public access television, Henrietta Littlefield was already a pioneer of her age, as I mentioned, being a strong role model and the essentially organizer of co-curricular student life at AIC. She was the first professional administrator to oversee student activities. Both Kia Prescott-Bando, Kia remembers those though. Kia was an MC of the fashion show back in the day. As you can clearly see, this inductee class represents the finest of AIC's past, but they also personify AIC's current mission and vision. Some of you have heard this before, and I apologize, but I think it's important to state often that AIC has an amazing history. Our mission has been to transform lives through providing access, opportunity, and diversity, and it's an excellent mission. AIC has done this since 1885, and AIC is way ahead of its time in doing so. In 1885, most colleges and universities that existed were for the elite, in other words, the rich white male. Our college was different. We were known as French Protestant College back in 1885, and our purpose wasn't to educate the elite, it was to educate first-generation working-class immigrant males from Canada. Though it took a few years to enroll students from all religions and to also enroll women, our college history has always been inclusive of all races. 7 years later, in 1892, and on the early side of history, we began admitting women to our fold of access, opportunity, and diversity nearly 30 years before they were given the right to vote. In fact, when Glendora graduated in 1950, there were 14 members of the college administration in total under President John Homer Miller. 14 administrators, Vince, can you imagine that? 10 of those were women. In 1893, our name was changed by President Samuel Lee. He said, forget about having to be Protestant. Our college is going to be inclusive to anyone who wants to better themselves through education. He also said we're going to keep our costs affordable for the working class. And he said we're going to celebrate being American. So he dropped Protestant, he replaced it with American, and our college became known as French American College. Lee did this to symbolize the opportunity that a college education in the United States provides. 10 years later, in 1903, President Lee decided to drop French, and French American College became American International College. President Lee did this to tell the world that our amazing college welcomes all first-generation immigrants, and not just the French from Canada. Most people don't understand our name, which is why I like to include a small bit of history whenever I speak, so please spread the word about our history. Our college was also on the early side of history when it welcomed and sponsored veterans into education programs before the existence of the government-sponsored programs, the GI Bill. Our college in the 1960s was on the early side of history in developing diversity education, when college faculty and administration stood in march alongside our students during civil rights and war protests. Students, together with administration and faculty, founded one of our oldest organizations, Persons Ready in Defense of Ebony, known for short as PRIDE. We have past and present leaders of PRIDE here today. And from the 60s through today, where most colleges still talk about creating diversity, AIC has lived it every day of its existence. I go into this for a few different reasons. AIC has certainly changed and evolved since the time our inductees were here on campus. But at the same time, it really hasn't. When 6 out of 7 of our inductees were students, AIC had just built a new health sciences building. Students complained about their access to the internet, to res life and student government, and student leaders worked for positive change on campus. Today, AIC has just built a new health science building. Students complain about the speed of the internet, to res life and student government, and student leaders are continuing to work for positive change on campus. Our college needed to work better, work to be better when our inductees were students, and our college still needs to work to be better now. Every person here has contributed to making AIC better. Today we see that sentiment reflected in banners and signs throughout campus that read higher dedication. But before it was branded into words, these inductees lived higher dedication. Though sometimes unnoticed, the work of student leaders is paramount to the success of American International College. Thanks to each of you for sharing your talents and treasure with AIC and beyond. It is with great pride that I induct you each now into the Co-Curricular Hall of Fame. So please come to the podium when I call your name and read your bio. If you wish to make some remarks, feel free. If you don't, that's totally fine. Surprise though, Yolanda, I'm doing this in reverse order. So, so Yolanda, could you come up to the podium, please? Congratulations. Yolanda McCormick, MS, graduated from American International College with a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice and Sociology in 2003, and a Master of Science in Criminal Justice in 2005. She also earned a Master of Science in Mental Health Counseling from Capella University in 2014. An AIC Co-Curricular Award winner and Who's Who among students in American universities and colleges inductee, McCormick served as a resident advisor and student activities coordinator. She was a member of Persons Ready in Defense of Ebony, a volunteer at Homer Street School in Springfield, and part of the Partners Program. McCormick is a licensed mental health clinician with Mecklenburg County Government's Child Development Community Policing Program in Charlotte, North Carolina. She came a long way to be here today. McCormick began her career with the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families as a social worker and emergency response worker. That was from all her RA training. After relocating to North Carolina, she worked for several local nonprofit organizations, including Monarch, the Safe Alliance Domestic Violence Shelter, and Daymark Recovery Services. She later joined Mecklenburg County as a senior social worker. She is a licensed professional counselor in the state of North Carolina and is pursuing her certification, can't even say that word today, as a trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapist. McCormick was a member of the American Counseling Association and Chi Upsilon Chi chapter of Chi Sigma Iota, the Counseling Academic and Professional Honor Society International. Yolanda lives in Charlotte, North Carolina. So congratulations, Yolanda.
As you were talking, I did remember that I was a part of Model Congress and I was a part of student government, and I was the DJ on the radio station too. So I did a lot.
That's why your name's on the wall. Keyshawn. I'm getting blinded by the flash bulbs too, so I'm like, oh, yeah, that's crazy. So Keyshawn Dodds. Congratulations. Keyshawn Dodds, MED, earned his Bachelor of Science in Education in 2001 from American International College and completed his Master of Education in 2009. A member of the AIC Yellow Jackets football team from 1997 to 2002, Dodds was also involved in student government, serving as a class representative during his sophomore and junior years. He was an active member of Persons Ready in Defense of Ebony, including a year as secretary, and then went on in later years to actually serve as advisor of Pride in his role as director of diversity. He was also president of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity and inducted into Who's Who among students in American universities and colleges in 2001. Dodds is the executive director of the Boys and Girls Club Family Center in Springfield, Massachusetts, and was previously the director of alumni at AIC, as well as the director of diversity and community engagement. He was also an elementary school teacher in Springfield and served as mayoral aide for former Springfield Mayor Charlie Ryan. We joke that Keyshawn's whole life has been within a certain small geography in Springfield, and that actually the only place that's been a little further out is where he actually lives, but every place he's worked has been within a stone's throw from this place. Selected as the 2018 Glendora Award recipient by the Springfield Museum's African Hall Subcommittee, Dodds has also been honored as part of Business West 40 Under 40 in 2012 and as the recipient of Stone Soul Cookout's Community Leader Award in 2015. In 2016, he became an Amazon best-selling author with his science fiction novel, Menzuo, The Calling of the Sun Prince. Dodds resides in Springfield with his wife Tammy and daughter Sydney, and I have been nice to him today, but because Sydney is here. But I just have to indicate that there is a photo on the wall over there of Keyshawn in a fashion show lineup. And when I asked for that to be placed on the wall, the marketing department said, "Why are we putting a photo of adult film stars on the wall?" So, congratulations, Keyshawn.
Good morning, everyone. Please excuse my attire. My 98 football team is being honored at halftime, so I have to do double duty. So I feel a little bit out of place. My wife's gonna kill me, but it's for a good thing. This is all represented for AIC. But the best thing about AIC is I wish you guys can just move this building and you can see my house where I grew up. I went to school right down the street. After I graduated from AIC, I worked across the street. Brian wasn't lying. I literally have lived 5 minutes away from AIC my entire life. But Springfield has been so much of a blessing to me, and also AIC, my family. This is not just friends. You guys have been family for me. Kia, I can never forget how gracious you were to make me busy on campus from the first day I got here. And it's been my big sister ever since. And everything that Brian has done for me as a student, when I first started here, he first started here as a director of Res Life, and has been my big brother. And I always say he's a little bit too old, but a great friend and a great role model for me to actually build my career after. I'm back at the community center that I grew up in as the executive director and building a better life for the future for my kids in the city of Springfield. And I hope that you guys can just, when you go to the football field, look across the track and see where I work. Literally 5 minutes away from where I live. So AIC has been a blessing to me, and I'm proud to have my bachelor's and also my master's from here. And you know, my family that I'll never forget and always know that I can call on when needed. So Thank you for everything.
Elizabeth, you're up. So Elizabeth Perez is another person that's never really left AIC, and I'll get a little bit into that as well. Elizabeth Perez, MS, earned her bachelor's degree from AIC in 1999, majoring in political science and criminal justice. She completed her master's of science in forensic psychology in 2016 and is currently working toward her doctorate in educational psychology with a concentration in mental health counseling at AIC. So, congrats with once achieved. I know that AIC will certainly be proud of you again. During her undergraduate studies, Perez was a leader on the AIC campus, inducted into K2 among students in American universities and colleges in 1999. She was the co-founder and president of the Latin American Student Organization, program director and general manager of WAIC campus radio station, co-chair of the 59th Model Congress, and member of Persons Ready in Defense of Ebony. Perez was also a tutor at Homer Street School in Springfield, Mass., and involved with residence life. While completing her bachelor's degree, she was a victim's witness advocate for the Hampden County District Attorney's Office and has been a social worker and supervisor with the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families for the last 19 years. A Springfield, Mass. resident, Perez is engaged to AIC alumnus Douglas Ford. She plans to pursue teaching while continuing to assist those with mental health needs. Congratulations, Elizabeth.
I wasn't planning on giving a speech, but I do have my daughter here, so I just wanted to say that it's an honor to be honored here today and be amongst friends and family, and such great memories here from when I first started. I moved to Springfield when I came to college, and not knowing a living soul, and this is my family. I've maintained to live here, and great things have come out of Springfield, and I just want to show my daughter that there's a group of people here that have excelled and continue to excel every single day, and to keep showing her and our other kids here in the room as well that we can continue to pursue our education no matter what, and don't let anything ever stop you. And it's so great to see everyone here today. I can't say I remember when you first started here.
I know you do.
And so much has happened and changed in this college, and it's wonderful. Some of which I wish we had when we were first here back then. But I know that it's going to continue to excel, and whenever they need to reach out, please do so. Thank you so
much. Kia Prescott Bando. We need to make this quick because Kia's due any minute now. So Kia Prescott Bandow, MPAC, graduated from American International College in 1999 with a Bachelor's of Science in Biology. Recipient of several co-curricular awards and inducted into Who's Who among students at American universities and colleges in 1999, Bandow was an active member of the AIC community, serving as student activities coordinator from 98 to 99, and was a resident advisor from 97 to 1999. She was also a cheerleader. Can you do that today? Or women's lacrosse player, member of the biology club, as well as Persons Ready in Defense of Ebony. She went on to earn her master's of physician assistant from Eastern Virginia Medical School in 2007 and is currently a physician assistant at Dana-Farber Cancer Institute's Gynecologic Oncology Program at the Susan F. Smith Center for Women's Cancers. And everybody in the room should be amazed that I was able to say that, and amazed at Kia's professional career. Bandow is a volunteer for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Massachusetts Bay in Boston. She was also honored for her involvement with the YMCA Achievers Program through the YMCA of Greater Boston. A first-generation Trinidadian American, Bandow and her husband Kojo reside in Hyde Park, apparently literally down the street from where I used to live until about 4 months ago, and I didn't know until like the day after I sold my place. So congratulations, Kia. It is great to have you here today. If you'd like to say a few words, feel free.
Say good morning and blessings to everyone. I'm so grateful to be able to be honored today. AIC was definitely a home away from home, being an hour and a half away, and being able to go home if I wanted to. But we made this campus live when we were here, so we had a blast. We did. And I could say that, yes, when I did come back some years ago, I lamented and lamented about what we didn't have. And Brian was like, get over it. You moved on in life. And I'm like, but really, we had to put our own phone service on people. You know, like the students today did not have to do that. We had to call the phone company and get our own phone number. And so that was, you know, those are the things that I remember. You know, Brian, I have teased Brian since he started here. He used to wear these turtlenecks, I felt. Y'all remember?
Christmas sweater.
Turtlenecks. And he loved these turtlenecks. And I had to say this because he brought it up this morning, you know. And I was like, yes, the turtlenecks. But I love Brian, and I'm so thankful that this even existed for us today. Thank you.
Lewis. Lewis Nunez, last night. Part of a power couple. There you go, congratulations. Lewis graduated from AIC in 1998 with a Bachelor's of Science in Accounting. During that time, Lewis was an important and active member of the campus community. He served in student government as a representative of the freshman class and treasurer of the executive board for 3 years. And going through some of the archives for today, I've noticed a lot of articles in the Yellow Jacket that blamed Lewis for clubs not getting the funding that they wanted, and that gave me a little bit of a chuckle. So you need to check out some of those articles, I think, Lewis, later. Lewis is a member of Model Congress, serving as chair on the 58th Model Congress during his senior year, and was a member of the Student Activities Committee. Again, as we've mentioned before, he's a co-founder with Elizabeth of the Latin American Student Organization. He was also a resident assistant and member of the wrestling team. Nunez received a co-curricular award each of his 4 years at AIC, as well as 3 executive board awards, the Model Congress Award, and was inducted into Who's Who among students in American universities and colleges. Nunez is a senior development accountant for Legat McCall Properties and previously worked for Symes Associates Incorporated, PRM Realty, and Haggett Longobardi. He is a volunteer youth wrestling and youth baseball coach in Wakefield, Mass., where he resides with his wife, Emily Rivera Nunez, an AIC alumna and fellow co-curricular Hall of Fame inductee, who we'll see in a moment, and their children, Liliana and Mateo, who are here today. And he definitely married up. So congratulations.
I just want to say first, I love AIC. When I lived, Keyshawn lived 5 minutes away, I lived 20 minutes away. I grew up in Enfield, Connecticut. Coming here was the best thing, the best decision I made after, having proposed to my wife and having my kids. That, was one of the best things in my life. As I see a lot of, my former classmates achieve outside of AIC as professionals. Keyshawn, when I read that article the other day, man, I almost cried because I said, this is a man who's loyal to his community, and he's taken this community on the map and forever going to be recognized here in the city. So for what you do in here, we are alumni, basically, are so proud of you, man, of what you have done. Kia, Lizzie, as Kia said, there were some times where you're here and you had to make the best of it. We made the best of it. We took each other and we made, we socialized outside within our clubs. Elizabeth, one of the best things I said was creating Lasso, and it still to this day is continued. I never imagined that it would continue after all those budget cuts I did, at Student Government Executive Board, but it lasts, and I'm happy that we put Lasso on campus. To my wife, as Brian said, I married up. We had a running joke when we got inducted, was that she basically was riding on my success here, and vice versa. She said the same thing. But it's hard. It's hard to. It was hard to kind of match up. But we have 2 kids, and we're trying to show them. We're trying to show them that they have a better future, and whether they choose AIC, which I hope so, we're just trying to make sure that they have a better life as well. So I want to dedicate this award, especially to my family first and foremost. And I also want to dedicate this to my parents who can't be here today, and as well my wrestling coach who also can't hear, Aniba Nieves, who has a big part of this as well. In that, I appreciate everybody, and you guys have a good homecoming this year.
Emily, I won't say that you married down. You married smartly. You married smartly. So, Emily graduated from AIC with a Bachelor's of Science in Psychology in 1997, a year ahead of Lewis, so she's obviously the smarter one. Kidding. At AIC, Rivera Nunez earned the Outstanding Freshman Award, Outstanding Sophomore Award, Outstanding Junior Award, and additionally received, as I mentioned earlier, the Henrietta Littlefield Award, which is one of the most prestigious awards a student on this campus can receive. That particular award best demonstrates, again, the leadership qualities and commitment to co-curricular student life as exemplified by Henrietta Littlefield. She was inducted into Who's Who among students in American colleges and universities and was an active member of the campus community as an orientation leader, resident assistant, resident director in Hines Hall. I didn't mention this before, but back when these inductees worked in Hines Hall together, Hines was a building that people lived in all 4 years of their college experience. It was not just a freshman building. There was no Edgewood complex. It was Hines. Hines is where people lived. If you wanted a more lively experience, and I think everyone but Lewis lived in Hines, and Lewis lived in Magna, which was our best building on campus. It's now our worst. I won't say that, I can't really say that, but it's perceived to be our worst. But Lewis lived in Magna, which was the best facilities that we had on campus by far. So. Emily also served as a graduate assistant for Dr. Greg Schmuddy. I was hoping he was going to make it here today, but there's some things that I will speak to you about later to update you on Greg, but he just recently retired this past spring and may be here later in the day as well. Since graduating, Emily has enjoyed a successful career in criminal justice and victim advocacy. She's currently a senior forensic interviewer and family advocate with the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office, having earned her office's Unsung Hero Award in 2015. Her experience also includes tenures as a victim witness advocate, bilingual forensic interviewer, and multidisciplinary team coordinator with the Hampden County District Attorney's Office, and as a bilingual forensic interviewer for the Chicago Children's Advocacy Center. Again, all that Res Life training is coming to the fold. Rivera Nunez also served as a moderator for the Midwest Regional Children's Advocacy Center National Spanish-Speaking Peer Review and is a training associate for the National Criminal Justice Training Program at Fox River Valley Technical College. Rivera Nunez lives in Wakefield with her husband Louis, an AIC alum and fellow Co-Curricular Hall of Fame inductee, and their children Liliana and Mateo are still here. So congratulations, Emily.
Thank you for the honor of this award. I definitely wasn't expecting it. I have so much to be grateful for to AIC. It took a young lady who was the first in her family to go to college. So I came here really frightened. I didn't know how I was going to make the 4 years. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. Okay. Anyways. From financial aid to Miss White to everything, they really supported my time here. I learned so much, I grew so much. As you were talking, I remembered other things that I had done that I had forgotten. I was a member of a Greek society here. I was a mentor, and that really started my career path in helping kids. And I saw a picture of a kid that I mentored here. And I was telling Brian, she used to show up at the dorm when we didn't have security. She used to knock on my door. And that, for me, really and truly started my pathway to helping children and families. So I'm very grateful for all the lessons that AIC showed me. And to my kids, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what your beginnings are. Just know that your future is your own to make. And I made mine. And I want the very same for all of you. Thank you.
but certainly not least, we have Glendora. Glendora, I'm not sure if you want to stay where you are or come up here. Or...
Hi there, folks. How are you today?
Glendora, I have to talk fast first, and then we'll let you talk better. Glendora left several messages on my voicemail, and they always began with, Brian, you talk too fast, and they ended with a laugh like that.
So, I asked Brian if I had to give a speech, and he said yes, and I said, how long? And he said 5 minutes, and I'm saving the last 2 minutes for the applause. Now, it was the first day of classes. Can you hear okay, everybody?
Yes. Come this way
And
so
the
people can see you on this side.
professor swaggered into the classroom, and he said, if there's any dumbbells in this classroom, I want you to stand up immediately. Well, of course, a long time went by. Finally, a lone freshman stood up in the back room, and the professor bellowed, are you a dumbbell? And the little freshman says, well, no, sir, but I felt sorry for you standing up there all by yourself. Now, a college president, not our college president, was relieved of his duties by the Board of Trustees. And in his final speech to the board, he said, I depart from this position exactly as I entered it, fired with enthusiasm. Daddy, what is college bread? A 4-year loaf made from the old man's dough. The medical college had its own cheer at the football team. Hypodermic, hypodermic. What does that mean? Stick it to them. What's the picture?
Ignition.
No, there's one before that.
Did you get swagger?
Yeah. A college professor said, for every student who has a spark of genius, there's 10 others with ignition problems. And a newspaper reporter was interviewing college college professors, and he said to one professor, what are the 3 things you like best about being a professor? And he said, shaping the next generation, making good Americans, and making responsible citizens. And the reporter said to the next professor, what do you like best, 3 things about being a professor? And he said, June, July, and August. What comes next, Sandy?
Transcript.
Oh, what does a college transcript teach a parent? You don't have to lift weights to raise a dumbbell. A young man at commencement said to his mom and dad, here's the diploma you wanted me to get from medical school. And now, as I've been telling you since I'm 5 years old, I'm going out and be a fireman. And next, Sandy.
I don't. Or how about old college?
What, dear?
Old college?
Oh, yeah. Old college presidents, do they fade away, folks? Do they die? No. They just lose their faculties. Yes, but there's another joke before that.
Can't read this one. I don't know.
I want to tell you, this is serious, folks. I wanted to tell you about I have a whole collection of these jokes, and I would like to see them in Lucent to cheer us up. By a show of hands, anybody agree? Vice President Robert Cole, please take note. Oh, yes. In my 90 years, folks, I have learned that the only thing that, this is really serious, the only thing that really matters is how you treated others. And the third serious thing is treating others includes animals. How did you treat animals? And I really will go so far as to say that you cannot have that peace with God that passes all understanding unless you are vegan. No animal products. Back to the jokes. Oh, a professor said in the old days it was great. The kids used to bring you apples, now they drive you bananas.
Marsh?
Oh, my husband, when he was graduated from Boston University, President Marsh said to he says, will the audience please remain seated while the dignitaries on the stage pass out? Let's see what more.
Hall of Fame.
Okay, what's the next one?
Speed.
What, dear?
Speed.
Oh, professor, to a student. What do you know about the speed of light? He said, nothing, sir. It just gets here too early in the morning.
Academic.
And the speed of light, you know, is less than it's less speed than Vice President Shaughnessy can talk. Folks, do you know how J.C. Merriam, right here published in Springfield on Federal Street, George and Charles Merriam, do you know how they defined academic? Not expected to produce a practical result. Okay, Sandy?
PhD.
You all know what BA stands, right? Bachelor of Arts. You all know what BS stands for. You all know what MBA stands for, Master of Business Administration. More accurately stated, more bad advice. And do you all know what PhD stands for? Piled higher and deeper.
Difficult.
A student asked a professor, is it difficult to become a professor? And he says, no, you do it by degrees. Next. Oh, the college president went before the faculty and said our student body suffers from 7 dwarf syndrome. 7 dwarf syndrome, what is that? Every 7th student is dopey. And every 5th one is what?
Sleepy.
Yeah. Oh, okay, everybody. Where did King Arthur go to school? Night school. And why was the professor mad at the owl?
Why was
He didn't give a hoot. And why did the prince ask his daddy to go to school with him? To go to kindergarten with him? Because the teacher said, bring a ruler to school. And Sandy, where are we now?
Harvard.
Oh yes, you can always tell a Harvard man, Vince, but you can't tell him much.
Golf.
And who? Oh yeah. And the professor was out on the golf course, and he says, "Caddy, why do you keep looking at your watch?" And the caddy says, "Well, no, sir. This is a compass."
7 by 5.
Yes, the college coach said to the college professor, "You have to pass our star player. We're going to lose the championship without him." And the professor said, "Well, he said that 7 times 5 is 33." And the coach says, "So he missed it by 1."
Fireman.
Yep.
Oh, you did that one. N plus 1.
Well, how does a mathematics professor discipline his children? If I told you not to do that n times, this is the n plus 1 time. And the college president was showing a group of businessmen around the campus, and one of the businessmen said, "How many students do you have here?" And he says, "About 62%. Now, a little boy, the teacher said, "Johnny, I think you cheated on the test. I think you copied the answers of the girl sitting across the aisle." The first question was, who was first president of the United States? She wrote Washington, and you wrote Washington. The second question was, who was president during the Civil War? She wrote Lincoln, and you wrote Lincoln. The third question was, who was president during the Louisiana Purchase? She wrote, I don't know, and you wrote, me neither.
All right, let's give Glendora 2 minutes of applause. So if you couldn't tell, Glendora's had quite a career in broadcast television. She's also been on the David Letterman show, so that comes from her, her display of many jokes and things like that. But prior to all that, she was a member of the class of 1950, and that's when she graduated with her degree in psychology and English. She later pursued graduate studies in physics at State University of Buffalo, New York. At AIC, she was part of the psychology club. She was their secretary, part of the student association, was part of Interfaith Council, and also participated in radio workshops, which I think probably led to some of her enjoyment of broadcasting over the years. Quite significantly, A Chat with Glendora has been a syndicated public access cable television show since 1972 with over 20,000 episodes. You can Google Glendora and find many videos of her on YouTube, where she certainly speaks to both her comedy and her passion for her vegan lifestyle. You can find her stint on Letterman on YouTube. I watched it a few weeks ago and it's hysterical. And in addition, she has been a staunch advocate for community access broadcasting and free speech. And she has just been a gem to have on campus again today. So congratulations, Glendora, class of 1950. It's an honor to have you here today. So at this time, we are ready to pretty much close. I'd like to bring Anasia to the podium.
You can see through it.
So Anasia Martinez is our current president of the Latin American Student Association, and she is going to bring us to a close of our formal ceremony today. Please stick around, share memories. I think I told most of you the pictures that are scattered around the room are free game for you to take. Some of the other things are part of the college archive, so please don't take them without asking me. Anasia?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for attending the Co-Curricular Hall of Fame. My name is Anasia Martinez, and I'm a sophomore here at AIC. As a student leader myself, I'm super excited to be able to spend time today speaking with previous student leaders who have helped shape the culture of engagement and involvement here on campus. As a current student leader at AIC, I want to take a few moments today to share my experience with you all and express my gratitude for the work that the Co-Curricular Hall of Fame inductees have done as honorable student leaders themselves. In the fall of 2017, as a first-year student, I began my student involvement while serving as the president of the Residence Hall Association, which was a newly formed student organization that was the programming board for residence halls. As an involved student leader, I spent an ample amount of time in the Center for Student Engagement, where I developed a relationship with Alicia McKenzie, the current advisor of the Latin American Student Organization. Through our interactions, Alicia talked to me about restarting LASSO, and as a freshman, I was surprised that she asked me. However, my immediate response was yes. I didn't really have to think about it in the moment because I had prior knowledge about LASSO as a respectable and influential organization across the nation. I also knew I wanted to be a part of something larger, and LASSO seemed to be an opportunity to do just that. Being a Latina and coming to AIC, I recognized that we didn't really have an outlet to represent our culture and our values. Having the chance to bring Lasso back to AIC was exciting because I wanted to create that outlet for fellow Latin American students through the use of events. As the current president of Lasso, I sought out to develop programming that not only celebrated Latin American culture and tradition, but also allowed others to acquire new knowledge about all different types of cultures, so there would always be a sense of inclusion and community. Prior to accepting the responsibility of regenerating an essentially forgotten about organization, I didn't really consider the challenges that I would face. As I began recruiting new members, finding other student leaders to serve on the executive board, and reviewing the Constitution for any necessary changes, I grew frustrated and felt so small, although the role I had obtained was in fact monumental. I initially had trouble recruiting members and asked some people who didn't identify as Latin American to join, which often resulted in rejection. The executive board was practically out of the question until later in the semester, Yesenia Climes Rivera, who is now Lasso's current secretary, stepped in the picture. When facing these obstacles, of which I'm sure every student leader has faced before, I often felt as if I was walking blindfolded. This experience led me to recall the time that I had officially said yes to AIC. I was uncertain that things would turn out in my favor, but wholeheartedly gave AIC my all upon arrival. I chose to do the same when it came to the startup of Lasso. Both actions were leaps of faith that have benefited me by forming me into a more well-rounded student and individual. All in all, I was able to embrace the challenges given to me and trust myself to keep moving forward. Embracing the uncertainty of what lied ahead gave me the motivation to restart the organization. Initially, we had 20 to 30 people interested in the organization, and Lasso was able to successfully re-register as an active student organization in the spring of 2018. As I continue to grow as a student leader, I want to express that even though other people may differ from what my culture is all about, that shouldn't prevent them from engaging in the celebration of it. Instead, it should help them embrace their own cultures too. This is an imperative time in America to restart Lasso because the current president of the United States often tries to cause people to feel insecure about where they come from and feel the need to apologize for who they are. Lasso is trying to accomplish the opposite of that. We want people to dance in their differences and be able to hold on to the essence of their culture. Bringing Lasso back to AIC allows me to celebrate the Latin American cultural values with others while learning and appreciating the cultural values of current and future students here at AIC. Moving forward, I thank you all for being the initial leaders that took the first steps in creating this organization and allowing me to continue the tradition. I hope that one day my legacy has the same impact as yours. Thank you.
So that brings us to a formal close. Again, feel free to mingle, socialize. Thanks everyone for being here today. I also do want to recognize a prior Hall of Fame inductee, Earl Price, alum of class of 2000 and current trustee at American International College. Earl joined us a little bit late with his newborn baby. So welcome, Earl, and have a great day.
And we're going to move you down a little bit.
Justin. Go on to the side.
Yes.
1, 2, and just hold on. Okay, 1, 2, and one more. Take a few. 1, 2, and
Earl, you were hitting the ball great. Don't lie.
we're gonna take a few more, everybody.
Did you get a good one?
1, 2, and we are.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
You're awesome.
Absolutely, no problem.
For me.
Yeah, yes, nice to meet you.
Have you?
Sorry, once you get here.
Eventually, you know.
No, it's good.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, okay, now it's recorded.
Good. Thanks.
Yeah, close the door here.
But goodbye, parking lot B.
Okay, so it looks like we're here on State Street. We're going to go past Homer, Willard, Portland, and turn right on Colonial Avenue, and the house that she used to live in.
Put my hat in the trunk so it doesn't get...
To God be the glory, great things he hath done. So loved he the world, he gave us his son, who offered his life an atonement for sin, and opened the life gate that all may come in. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, let the earth hear his voice. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, let the people rejoice. Oh, come to the Father through Jesus the Son, and give him the glory, great things he hath done. So it's at 5 a.m.? No, that is the 5 a.m.
Umbrella can go back.
Alrighty then. Oh no.
Have we got all the people?
Falling out of my purse. Woohoo!
Have we got all of?
Not yet. They're working on it.
Is there anybody with us?
There will be, I think.
Now too.
Huh? What happened?
Oh, thank you so much for giving us all such a good time.
Well, you gave us all a good time, and what a delicious brunch it was too. Thank you for that.
That was better than a
that
brunch,
was lovely.
wasn't it?
Oh, it was great. It was, yeah. It was a
Well,
big,
that man
it was
really
a big
knows
spread.
how-
And unfortunately, I'm the designated driver because they had juice mimosas, but they had alcohol in them. They look very tasty with all sorts of exotic juices and pomegranate and mango, and but they were basically untouched because probably everybody there was driving.
Oh, they did have alcohol in them?
Yeah. It was too bad.